So Republicans are calling for Trump to delay his announcement, along with, surprisingly, a federal judge has stopped the student loan forgiveness, along with a few other things that I'm going to cover today. I'm Laoch, and this is Laoch's When the Hammer Drops. So let's start off with... So we're going to just start off with Trump here real quick. So the Republicans are calling for a delay of Trump to announce his 2024 intentions. Now, I completely agree with this. I don't think Trump should announce it November 15th like he was saying. I think he should wait till the runoff, because it can and it probably will come down to this election to who has control over the Senate. Let's be honest. What all eyes right now are focused on Arizona, what's going on over there with their delay in counting votes. You have Hobbs over there, who is the Secretary of State, who's in charge of the elections, and she's running for governor, and she still has her little midi pause and all that, and they're still trying to count votes in Arizona somehow. I don't get it, but right now all eyes officially definitely need to be on what is going on over in Arizona to make sure that they're not going to try to steal it. But Carly Lake is very confident that the votes that are coming in now are going to go towards her. But I've noticed in the Senate race out there is somehow the Democrat just keeps on getting more and more votes. So, I don't know. I think that's going to be coming to a recount out there. We might even have to wait for Trump to announce his intentions till after the runoff and Arizona is situated, to be honest with you. And it's not necessarily going to be a bad thing, folks. I mean, good things happen in due time, they say. So hopefully this is, one of those things. I mean, I don't know about you, but I sure as hell would love a mean tweet right about now instead of higher gas prices and stuff. But that's just me. You be the judge of it. Now, if real quickly, if you are listening to this on a podcast platform, please give me a 5-star review, a rating. And this is going to help me break the algorithms and get out to more people. If you're watching this on YouTube or Rumble, definitely, again, same thing. Give me a review, thumbs up, helps break the algorithm with them as well. Good old George. Let's go with Biden now. So the federal judge, as of, I believe it was yesterday, struck down the student loan forgiveness. So, of course, just in a timely manner, just so happens to be right after elections. Now their website is not accepting any more applications for student loan forgiveness. Now, if this surprises you in the least, I don't know what to tell you, but I saw this coming, and many other people saw this coming a mile away. I've been saying since the get-go that this was essentially their way of buying votes. And I'm sorry, folks, but you bought into this hook, line, and sinker. I don't know what else to say. I mean, essentially, they use this. You guys who voted for these Democrats because you wanted this student loan forgiveness, well, guess what? You're paying for your student loans. So it's unconstitutional for anybody else to pay for your loans. You signed on the dotted line. You are now responsible for that loan, not us. So, but the Biden administration, of course, they're going to try to appeal this. Do you honestly think it's going to go anywhere? I don't. I think it's just going to be shot down again by another federal judge. And if it doesn't get shot down by a federal judge again, it's going to kind of wash or sweep underneath the rug, so to speak, where you're not going to hear about this very much. So, unfortunately, folks, you're going to be paying for your own debt, which I guess I'm kind of happy about because, I didn't go to college, or I take that back. I took some classes at the community college. I paid for it myself, and that's how it should be. I didn't go to any 4-year university or anything like that to where I was going to rack up tens of thousands of dollars in debt. But, hey, what can you do, right? So, yeah. It was struck down on Thursday by a federal judge. And this is coming from Newsmax and from Fox News, both talking about it and along with the AP. So it's legitimate. It's not false. It's not anything like that. So YouTube, information's right here that I'm providing to you for, so now you can't just like silence me, I guess you can say. Okay, so now, and this is something else I have to agree on because, it's definitely needed. I don't know why this is frozen right there. All right, so Mark Rubio is calling for the Senate Republicans to delay the leadership elections as more members of the party's conference in the Senate appeared to be bucking Minority Leader Mitch McConnell. Now, Mitch McConnell, as we all know, he's nothing more than a rhino. He's not a very good person. I don't know how he keeps winning in Kentucky, but that's not really my problem. But he definitely should not be a minority leader. I think they're doing the right thing here, and hopefully, this McConnell gets kind of put into his place, so to speak, because this guy definitely needs it because he's just a piece of garbage, to be honest with you. Just a rhino, Republican in name. That's it. So, I would definitely with Rubio, he had a solid campaign. He definitely in Florida blew them out. This would be one person that I would love to see as a minority leader in the Senate, or if they take the Senate, Senate majority leader, would love to see this guy there because I think he will do some great things, just like McCarthy for the House. If we win the House, which it does look like it projects like we will essentially win the House. So I know, like many other conservatives and Republicans or just people in general that are just sick of how the country's going, we're really looking forward to that because that means that Biden, his tyranny will come to a complete halt. Now, will we be able to undo anything that he's done? Only time will tell. Here's hoping. Again, this article right here on Fox News. And if you haven't noticed, guys, for those of you that are listening on the podcast and not watching, I'm starting a new way of doing this. I'm providing, I went back to providing the documents again from the websites that I find, but I'm doing it more in a real time kind of thing. So this way you have an idea of actually what is going on today. So that's why I'm starting to do this. I hope you guys enjoy it, honestly. So now let's get to the Republican Party. Okay. So this is from Newsmax, because I don't know if you've been able to tell before we get into this, there's been like a lot of heat between, mainstream media and whatever the narrative right now is creating heat between Trump and DeSantis. Now you have Trump like kind of giving DeSantis a little nudges, whatever, saying what he's saying. I mean, that's Trump. This is one of the things I don't agree with Trump, but what people don't seem to realize is DeSantis is a more polished Trump. He's not going to be as abrasive as Trump, but his policies fall in the same line as Trump. So either way, as far as I'm concerned, if it's Trump or is DeSantis running in for 2024 for the president, I personally don't care. But because either one of them is going to get my vote, especially if they're going up against they're just going to get my vote because let's be 100% honest with what has been happening in politics lately, especially with the Democrats. Now, I'm not going to sit here and deny it. Did I vote Democrat before? Yeah. Have I voted independent? Yes. But based on what has transpired since 2016 up till now, actually even before, the last, let's just say the last Obama cycle, because the first cycle I voted for Obama. I thought he was going to do good for us, and well, I was wrong. And it was after that where I kicked myself in the ass. I'm like, I'm never voting straight, or I'm not going to vote Democrat again, or for as in that aspect, because yeah, Democrats are just, the more and more you go down that hole, the more and more you learn that the Democrats aren't what they say they are. Now we can see here in Newsmax with this article, and I'll go through it here real quick for you, so you can kind of, for those that are listening, have an idea what is going on. So it's stating, following the GOP's poor showing in the midterms, the future of the party looks set to be decided on who will come out on top in the rivalry between Trump and Florida Governor DeSantis. As control of the House and Senate is still up in the air, November 8th's midterms have supplied widely contrasting narratives for the Republican Party's two heavyweights. One side is Make America Great Again agenda. There's the former president, who has been expected to formally announce his intentions to run again in 2024. Now, again, like I said earlier, hopefully he decides to wait until what is going on in Arizona, and especially what's the runoff in Georgia, because they need to focus on Walker winning the Georgia seat. So Trump, I know you probably don't listen to this show. It is what it is, wishful thinking. But Trump, I hope you wait. Allow everything to be poured into and put onto Walker to win. And right now we need all eyes on what's going on over in Arizona. So, again, hopefully he waits. So let's keep going. A once powerful force in the Republican Party, Trump's reputation has been severely damaged, according to this article, especially within the GOP. After a number of his 2020 election denier candidates failed to carry the party on a red wave and for now make major gains in the House and convincingly retake control of the Senate. Now, this is... right here is, I don't agree with this, because did Trump's reputation severely damage what was going on or prevent this red wave? If you seriously look at the amount of people that he endorsed, whether it was governor, whether it was for the House, whether it was for Senate, on how many people have won to how many people have lost, it's quite a big higher number of how many people won. So again, this is just stuff that they're just trying to throw at you to convince you that Trump bad. And, and that's why I wanted to take it from Newsweek, because Newsweek is, I don't agree with a lot of the stuff they say. So that's particularly why I wanted to take this, because this is more left leaning in my opinion than anything. So let's keep going here. On the other side, there's DeSantis, who cruised to a victory in his home state. He just, and again, if you weren't paying attention, DeSantis and Rubio both crushed it in Florida by like 20 points, won by 20 points, which is unheard of. They both got Miami-Dade, which Republicans have not gotten that in I think it's almost like a decade. So, so he cruised to victory in his home state on November 8th after shaping his own brand of firebrand politics by consistently stoking the culture wars and battling against woke ideology, which gotta give him, right there. I mean, why wouldn't you want him to be your president? I don't know about you. I am completely 100% sick and tired of this woke bullshit. Go home already with it. I'm done with it. So it's, as we're continuing, it's hard to imagine the elections going much better for Ron DeSantis or much worse for Trump. Sean Frieder, an assistant professor of political science at the University of North Florida, told Newsweek. It could really be a toss-up, because if you have Trump, he's going to speak his mind wherever, whenever, it doesn't matter. Tweets, social media, stuff like that. Ron DeSantis, he kind of does the same thing, but he's a little bit, I want to say he's not really rough around the edges. My only concern with this DeSantis thing right now is, why is he taking meetings with a couple rhinos? He took a meeting with Mitch McConnell and what's that, not Paul Ryan or something like that from Wisconsin, big time rhino. So it's like, why would he do that? And you know that they're trying to be like, yeah, we can give you a $300 million slush fund if you run for president. So, but something tells me I don't think DeSantis will, but who knows? And as we're going, so DeSantis and Trump have long been thought to be the two frontrunners who will face off in the GOP primary for presidential nomination 24. This has caused a rift in the pair's relationship, which is with Trump turning on his once close ally. This is complete bullshit. There's no rift. They are completely fine, folks. Back in 2018, Trump was all praises for DeSantis and endorsed him for the Florida governor. At the time, the latter was behind in polls against the state's agricultural commission, Adam Putman. Congressman Ron DeSantis, a top student at Yale and Harvard Law School, is running for governor of the great state of Florida. Trump had tweeted, "Ron is strong on borders, tough on crime, and big on cutting taxes, loves our military and our vets. He will be a great governor and has my full endorsement." This came from Trump when he was running. DeSantis went on to win the governor's race, for which Trump has often taken credit for. Now that is something that maybe Trump should, and this is where, Trump kind of, I can understand where it kind of gets a little, he needs to just kind of take a step back and not be like that, I guess. But it is Trump. He went on, but the times and stakes, however, now have changed. In January 22, Trump appeared to criticize DeSantis, an often gutless politician, who would not confirm nor deny whether they had received COVID vaccine boosters. Trump has since frequently dismissed the Florida governor's chances of beating him in the hypothetical GOP primary, and he didn't include DeSantis among his 250 plus endorsements in this year's midterm races. This is just the media just spinning it, folks. I mean, you'll probably find this same exact article just rewritten a dozen times amongst, ABC, NBC, CBS, CNBC, crap like that. And then you'll see a different kind of article about the same exact, not even about the same exact thing, but on like Fox or something like that, that will tell you that, they're fine. But, you're going to believe what you want to believe. I can't, nor will I change your mind. So, so bottom line is, folks, there's not going to be, I'm not going to go through this whole article, because if I go through this whole article and just read it, we're going to be here for a while, because I'm going to stop like I have been and just keep going. So if you want to read this article, it's a Newsweek article. You can find it right there. And like I said, the title of the article is "The Republican Civil War Starts Now." This was done just yesterday, written yesterday. Do I think it's going to happen? There's no Republican Civil War. Maybe between actual Republicans and rhinos, possibly. But if you want to read this article, just go up to the website and read it. That's pretty much it. Now, I think that's where I'm going to kind of cut it today, folks. I want to get you some more information on what is happening, some post-election turmoil stuff. So yeah, that's kind of what's happening here. But before we go, I will provide all the links for all of our social media, where you can find us and all that, in the description. If you want to listen to this podcast, we are on every podcast platform there is. all you have major ones. All you have to do is go to the search, type in Laoch when the hammer drops, and we will pop up. Don't forget to leave us a review, a 5-star rating, because it's going to help us get and beat the algorithms. And again, when it comes to YouTube and excuse me, YouTube and Rumble, definitely don't forget to follow us there, like the videos, share them. Until the next time, you guys be good.